How to learn about money management. Well, first of all, you're not taught about money. No one's talking about money. I'm talking loudly about money. I want to teach you how to make it, how to forecast it. That's a new word for spending, and I will never use the word budgets. Budgets are like diets. No one's doing them. It's restrictive. It's ridiculous. So if you want to learn how to lay a foundation for money management, get a pen and paper. We're going to go through thorough details. Ready, go. Three things I want to talk about. Number one is, how do you manage your money? How do you even set up a foundation to know how you're making it, how you're calculating ROI, how you calculate margins? Like, how do you do all that? It's a math equation. It's so simple. And then how do you spend it? Which company should be spending? So I have a whole structure on how to manage the foundation of your money. Number two, we'll talk about a roadmap. Now that you have the foundation, how do you build to a 6, 7, 8-figure run? And how do you actually expand your financial management, your money management, your business management as you grow? And number three, consistency. It's repetition and consistency, and you gotta do it. So let's start with how to manage your money. Well, first of all, let's just think, who taught you about money? You know, you might have maybe one class on how to balance a checkbook in school, but most people don't learn about money. And even when you go on and got a finance or accounting degree, you learn to have finance and accounting towards getting a job for somebody. That's not you, your own person and corporate finance. So how do you set it up? You have to be incorporated. Now, why am I such a big stickler about that? Because we have 81,000 pages of tax code. If you act as a sole proprietor in managing your money, it's under your Social Security number. So you could have a job and that money goes into your paycheck, you know, your own personal bank account, and then you still stay a sole proprietor, you're still under your Social Security number, so you only have one system in the big financial system to operate. It's too small. When you get an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, and we'll help you understand which one of those to get. Do not run out to the Secretary of State or to go to one of those .coms, because they're going to cost you a lot of money, and the bigger problem is you don't have anyone to talk to. Now, a lot of them do have these legal call centers, and for $250 to $500 you can talk to a lawyer, but it's a call center. So one time you might talk to Susie, the next time you call in you might get Sam. No one congruently is helping you understand how to use any of the foundation of your system. I am it's strong belief about this. I think when you're 18 years old, you get your kid an LLC, or you have them join one of your LLCs for their birthday, because they're a legal adult. They can legally now access the entire tax code. So stop being scared of the tax code and use it as your friend. Done legally and right, you could do so many deductions. You're never going to go on a vacation again. You're going to go on business trips. There's so many things to teach you about it. But let's get back to basics of money management. Where your money comes in to a bank account. You should have a company bank account, at least one, if not several, and you have your personal bank account. See, a lot of you make the mistakes of paying everything out of your personal bank account. To set up a real foundation, your expenses, because they're legally deducted, like your phone, your computer, any equipment you have. Some of you get wardrobe, any of your intellectual property, your inventory, your home office, your vehicles. I mean, there's so many things you can deduct. But if you're a little tiny sole proprietor, your whole foundation's broke. It's too difficult to work with you, and you don't have access to financial systems. If you have 3, 4, 5 companies and yourself, now you have 3, 4, 5 lines of credit. You can get corporate credit cards. You can get access to funding. So when you're out there all by yourself and broke, and you don't have any money, and you don't have a company, and you're not making any money, it's just a dead foundation. Like, it doesn't even work. Like, I don't even understand why you choose to stay that way. You choose to stay broke when I look at you like that. It's like, stop it. Once you get your bank account set up, then you legally have to start paying bills properly. So you want to pay your bills, do your P&Ls, your profit and loss statements, in your company. Now, you're going to have a P&L balance sheet for yourself, and you have a P&L balance sheet for your company. And through that, you start paying your bills through the company. Now, the biggest mistake is commingling, because you don't know how to do it. So you have to take your personal money, maybe from your job, or you have some savings or whatever money you have to fund the company. So now the company has the money to pay bills. Better than that, get out to my marketplace. I'll give you 2 tickets. Click on the link below to my marketplace and come make some money. Stop saying you have to have all this capital to start. I have bootstrapped so many companies from zero to hundreds, if not millions of dollars. And I just start selling services. Services are really quick to sell because it's just an exchange. Now, if you're exchanging time for money, it's okay for a while, and it's actually okay to do a little bit. It just can't be the only thing you do. So get over that. Some of you take one common culture, interesting saying, and you live your whole life around, oh, I can't trade my time. Oh, but I'd just rather sit on the couch and watch Netflix and binge all day. No, you're broke because you won't get off the couch. Let's be honest about this. This is not difficult. So what is your skill set? What can you do? Help somebody else make some money. Put it in the right bank account, take the right deductions. And I'm a huge fan of credit cards. So I'm not going to go into that on this video, but go up to my search bar, look for how to use credit cards properly and responsibly, and how to get your kids at their teenage years using credit cards right, and you will have a winning money management foundation. Now, the only piece I haven't talked about is how do you get it invested. We'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, I want you to go subscribe to my channel. I'm here 5 days a week. I want 10 to 12 minutes of your time every day. Hit the notification button, and when you're notified, stop for 10 minutes, go out and take a little walk, go take a jog, take whatever you need to do, take a drive, listen to my conversation, ask some questions, go to the comment bar and say, what do you mean about that? You can also go to askloral.com and ask questions all the time over there for free. So let's get in a dialogue about helping you understand money and money management. So once you've had your money coming in, your expenses, your forecast set up so you know how to spend, the biggest thing I need is not a make spend pattern. I need a piece of that spending to go to an investment account. I call it a wealth account. Put money away. Millionaires are made because when they make money, they invest money. And yes, you're spending properly, but it's a math equation. Stop making this so difficult. Money management is not that difficult. Money in, money out, but investing is where most people lose their leverage because they don't have the compounding power of money. So as you grow into your 6 and 7 figures, that roadmap, it's more marketing, it's more sales, bigger CRM, more offers, or more affiliates. It's not difficult to expand your money management. At some point, you're going to want to use what's called a multiple corporate strategy, where you put what I call the big one in. You put the C Corp in. Now, I've had a C Corp. The people who really coached me, which was the Rich Dad team, I was pretty young when I got my first big C Corp. And one of my greatest mentors said, I know you're going to go for it. I know you'll be a millionaire. So set the foundation up and fill up those bank accounts. So I had a structure set up where it was me as an individual. I had a company, I had a C Corp, I had a variety of stuff going on right away, and it felt like a lot in the beginning. And then my job was to fill up the bank accounts. Some were in real estate, some were in education, some were in real estate tours, some was in gas and oil, and you just make it happen. I have a whole system to make it happen. Make sure you download and go grab my book, The Millionaire Maker. It's still an original. I'm calling it a classic now. People say, why don't you rewrite it? Because being a millionaire's formula is still the same. You have to make it, keep it, invest it with a team. Now, consistency is critical. So get in a pattern minimum of once a week of looking at what money's coming in, what money's going out. Are you paying in the right category? If you don't know, go to my askloral.com, ask me a question. Where should I pay this bill? Because I think a lot of you don't realize, like if you're doing your own taxes, shame on you. You don't know enough. If you're doing TurboTax, it doesn't give you enough of the deductions. You have to have a tax strategist. I have a huge tax strategy team. I'm not an advisor. I'm just giving you my opinions and my depth of education and years of doing it. So I had a huge team who will set all this up for you, from the layout of the forecast to the bookkeeping to the finances. But once a week, you have got to pay attention. And if you are, I'm going to say, a student athlete, an athlete going pro, coaches' wives, any of you in those categories, you got to pay attention to how you're paying bills. So many of you don't have enough deductions because you're actually being paid as an employee. And without a company, right? NIL, any other side hustle, rental income, all sorts of other strategies I want to teach you and educate you. And then you make a choice for your life about what you want. But being broke and not understanding money management is a choice. So lean in, learn 10 minutes a day. I'll see you tomorrow.